Bright suns, and welcome back to an all-new episode of Let's Talk About Star Wars with Maggie Lovett. Now, as much as I would love to spend today's episode just absolutely thirsting over that new cover of the High Republic Adventures that we got, absolutely love Marchion Ro's style. I am thrilled to discover that he is not only like this hulking, muscular being, but he is also fashionable. I would love to spend 5 minutes just absolutely thirsting over this character because I have no explanations for it. I love him. And I'm going to keep this picture right here for a moment longer. But I wanted to use today's episode to kind of talk about some of the things that's been going on in fandom this week. Luminous Beings Ltd is doing a fundraiser with one of their new enamel pen releases. So I will link that down in the description. But they have 2 pens that are $15 each, and 100% of those proceeds go to AAPI fund. So they are really awesome. One is Finnick Shand and the other one is Rose Tico. So please, before the 26th, the pre-orders I believe are ending on March 26th, so you have a couple more days. Be sure to go down and pre-order them and help support the cause. Of course, this week had a absolutely horrific, let's call it what it is, domestic terrorist attack in Atlanta, and the ramifications of that have kind of seismically moved through the digital fandom. Of course, there are people in the Star Wars fandom who have led multi-year campaigns against Kelly Marie Tran and Rose Tico. I wrote an article this week about some stuff that's adjacent to the DC fandom, and having to go through these people's YouTube channels and seeing some of the absolutely horrific, demeaning, sexually demeaning, like physically demeaning, race-based hatred, and just seeing how it has been normalized on their channels, and the fact that these are monetized videos that YouTube has left up for years without any sort of ramifications is a side effect, is a symptom of this sickness that has permeated so many different corners of digital fandom. And I feel like we really have to push forward and speak out against these people and to do our part to protect one another within this fandom. And it's been really revelatory to see how people have kind of reacted this week and where people have drawn their lines in the sand, and it's been revelatory, and it's also been very disheartening. It's a very I want to say it's a very difficult situation, but we know that it's not difficult. It should be very straightforward. Anytime that there is racism, we should be speaking out against it, and we should not be complacent. I wish that I had been more outspoken about some of these stuff, after The Last Jedi, when all of this kind of hate brigade started in full force. But it is hard to know how to speak up and how to act out. But, there are so many ways for us to both uplift voices in the Star Wars fandom, to do our part with fundraising, to do our part with trying to protect one another, and reporting tweets and reporting videos and reaching out to Patreons. People are using Patreon to fuel their hate campaigns. I always say that since I'm white, I feel like I come from a place of privilege where I am not going to be as targeted or singled out as other people may be. And so I try to use that to my benefit, and I implore others who are like me to try to be that person and to take one for the team. And it's really uncomfortable to be in that position where these people are coming from you or coming for you, but I always say that it is so much more damaging when they are specifically targeting people based on their ethnicity or their gender or their sexual identity. And these people hold nothing back when they target people, and it is just a non-stop onslaught. And I'm seeing a lot of people who are putting their necks out there and are being targeted. And we really need to be there for those people and to speak up and speak out about what's happening, because it is truly horrific. These statements and these comments that have just been allowed to stay there for years now, and I think it's really truly terrible to see what's being done. But I just wanted to use this 5-minute video today to really encourage everyone to reach out to their friends who are dealing with being targeted this week, to do your part in reporting and researching and uplifting the voices that need to be heard right now, because it's bad. And I truly believe that there will be a day that we can finally deplatform some of these groups, which are hate groups, but it's going to take work, and the work is already being done, and we need to be there and meet that work, and put in the time and effort to go through these videos and report them and do your part to try to stop an already bleeding wound. I mean, the way that this is already kind of past the point of no return for a lot of people in terms of radicalization is truly alarming. But I think there is a way for all of us to kind of move forward and fix it. Maybe I'm too optimistic, too hopeful, but that's all we have is hope for a better tomorrow. So that is kind of my video for today. I didn't really feel comfortable doing too much like happy-go-lucky, everything's great. So please just do your part, retweet, donate if you can to different fundraisers that are being formed right now this week. And of course, the Luminous Beings link is down in the description. So give that a pre-order if that is something that you're interested in. I was really thrilled to see that it was 100% of the proceeds were going to the API fund. So that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you out there on the battlefields of Twitter, because it is something else. But see you all next week.